It's no secret over the past 2 years, we've seen more murders in the city of Phoenix. There's been a nationwide trend to that direction as well since the pandemic began. What's being done now to bring down the deadly violence?
Fox 10's investigative reporter Justin Lum is widening the scope, comparing Phoenix to 4 other cities, similar in size, to see how they stack up on homicide rates.
A man has died following a shooting in the West Valley earlier today.
We usually know who was killed, what happened, when, and where.
A homicide investigation is going on after a shooting near 75th Avenue and Indian School.
But it's the why that takes time.
Phoenix police need the public's help in tracking down the suspect in another deadly shooting.
In many cases, time takes a toll.
I would never wish this on anybody. And unfortunately, I'm not the only one going through it.
In 2020, homicide numbers in the city of Phoenix shot up by more than 40%, and the murder stats remained nearly the same in 2021. So what's the root cause?
I couldn't tell you why. I wish I knew. I think that would probably help us lower those numbers.
In 2022, what's being done to decrease homicides and clear active cases as well? Fox 10 Investigates looked at 4 other cities with a close population size to Phoenix: Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, and San Diego, California, each city with a range of 1.3 million to a little more than 1.6 million people. In 2021, Philadelphia's homicide rate of 35 per 100,000 people ranks first among all 5 cities, setting Philly's all-time record for murders with 562. The homicide rate in Dallas was 17.3, but officials say murders dropped from 254 in 2020 to 226 in 2021. San Antonio saw a 25% jump in homicides, totaling 161 last year. San Diego's murder rate in 2021, the lowest, 4.1 per 100,000 with 57 homicides. Phoenix ranks 3rd on this list with a rate of 12.3 homicides per capita, 198 homicides in 2021, not far off the 200 mark in 2020, coming off 139 in 2019. Brenda Gilliam Miller says her daughter is more than a statistic.
How often do you come here and just reminisce, and how much does it actually make you just want her back even more?
Well, I'm just finally getting to a point where I can look at pictures and not cry, so.
At 23, Destiny McClain rarely went out. Instead, she enjoyed family time.
She danced to the beat of her own drum. She didn't conform to what people felt she should be. She was herself, She wasn't the type to try and be cool, and try and dress a certain way because other people are dressing that way. Destiny was just Destiny.
Ring surveillance video shows Destiny leaving her home for the last time on the night of July 17th, 2021. She took an Uber to Caramba nightclub to see a longtime friend. Several hours later, Brenda says she could not reach her daughter, but she had her cell phone location and followed it, arriving at 17th Street in McDowell, only to find Phoenix police and crime tape.
So I waited for what seemed like an eternity, and I went back and I pulled out a picture of my daughter. I said, look, this is my daughter, is she hurt?
Brenda learned a homicide investigation was underway. The victim was a female.
So at that point I knew it was my child. And then he told me that, the detective wanted to talk to me, so I waited. And then that's when they told me that, Destiny had been shot.
Shot and killed while ordering from a food truck. Since Destiny's murder, leads are hard to come by, but Phoenix police did release video of a car suspected to be involved in the drive-by shooting. Meanwhile, Phoenix PD is facing a shortage of 400 officers. Lieutenant David Albertson with the homicide unit says patrol officers are crucial to investigations.
Preserve the evidence, secure crime scenes, identify witnesses that ultimately help us. So with an officer shortage, you see a little bit of an increase in response times, and ultimately that hurts us because we may potentially lose some evidence or lose a witness, things like that.
I reached out to Philadelphia, Dallas, San Antonio, and San Diego police to see what strategies the departments are working on. DPD and SAPD responded. Dallas implemented more of a community-driven plan to change behaviors of high-risk offenders, officials say. Both departments increased police visibility in areas where violent crime is concentrated, a tactic known as hotspot policing. Lieutenant Albertson says Phoenix PD is already using.
We pay close attention to the statistics where those hotspots, as you say, are, and we definitely shift resources, not only manpower, but technology resources as well.
Phoenix PD is partnering with ASU to study and address rising crime along 27th Avenue between Indian School and Northern. The 27th Avenue Corridor Community Safety and Crime Prevention Plan approved by City Council in February, focusing on outreach, education, and partnerships to specifically target violent crime. Technology solutions include gunshot detection, mobile license plate readers, and temporarily installed fixed cameras. 3 community prosecutors will be hired, along with 4 police assistants, a neighborhood inspector, and specialists. The 2-year pilot project will cost $5.7 million.
In Phoenix PD, they've been working really hard to try to get ahead of the problem, and based on the quarter estimates for the first quarter of 2022, it looks like some of the things are paying off.
Jasenia Pizarro is a professor at ASU School of Criminology and Criminal Justice. She tells me a proactive approach to violent crime is just as important as a reactive one.
We could invest in these communities. We could provide activities for youth. We could provide better education. We could provide health care. We could provide school lunches. All these things that we know will actually help in prevention.
Pizarro researches situational traits behind homicides and the lifestyles of victims and their offenders. She says there's no one-size-fits-all answer to deadly violence.
So even though the culmination is the same, right? There's somebody dead, the root causes of it are different, so you need to tackle it based on what those root causes are.
How do you explain just what is happening in your community and being a victim of it?
I can't explain what is happening because I don't understand it, because I grew up out here. The way it is right now, it's ridiculous.
If there is a silver lining, Lieutenant Albertson points to Phoenix PD's homicide clearance rate. From 2020 through 2021, it's hovered around 73%, an improvement compared to 2019 and years prior.
To see a year where we have 41% more homicides and we're able to increase our clearance rate 10%, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal.
Brenda is hoping her daughter's murder will be solved and cleared so she can have closure and justice.
My daughter didn't deserve it, so I just feel that who's responsible should be held accountable.
On an issue such as violent crime, police executives in big cities across the country do collaborate. For example, the Major Chiefs Association. Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams is the president. The purpose is to share ideas and strategies between these agencies.
This is really tricky stuff because we don't seem to have a clear answer why this spiked during COVID.
Yeah, there's no black or white answer here. There's a lot of gray area, and we're crunching more numbers specifically between these 5 agencies that we studied, the number of officers the departments have, the budgets these cities have adopted. What we're learning is it's not about how many officers a department has, how much money the city has, but the usage and how strategies are being implemented.
Yeah, because San Diego, you were saying, lowest rate.
And they
Fewer
have
officers,
1,900 officers.
Philly, a lot of crime, and the most officers.
And we've gathered more of this data. You can go to fox10phoenix.com/investigations to see what we've gathered.
Okay. Justin, thank you.
Thank you.